$47,000. That's what you made last year, before taxes, before the software subscriptions, before the client who paid late and the one who never paid at all. You tell people you run your own business. That's technically true. What you actually run is yourself. Into the ground, every single day. You are a freelancer. You have no employees. You have no product. And the moment you stop working, the money stops too. That is not a business. That is a job you can't quit. Most people stay here their whole lives, not because they're not good enough, because nobody told them what the next level actually requires. You trade time for money. One client, one deliverable, one invoice. The ceiling is your own calendar. You hit $4,000 in a month and feel like you've figured it out. Then a client disappears and you spend 3 weeks chasing the next one instead of doing the work. The math is simple and brutal. 40 billable hours a week, 50 weeks a year, $50 an hour. That's $100,000 before a single vacation, sick day, or slow month. The cap is not your rate. The cap is your hours. You stop selling your time. You start selling an outcome. You raise your prices. You lose 2 clients. The third one pays more than the 2 combined. Something changes in how you see the business. You hire your first person. It feels like a mistake for about 6 months. They don't do it the way you would do it. You redo half their work. Then one Tuesday you let it go and nothing breaks. That is the moment. Not the hire, the letting go. Your revenue is $280,000. You are working less than you were at $80,000. The gap between those 2 numbers is not effort. It is systems. You have a process now. The process runs without you most of the time. You stop being the best worker in your business. You become the architect of it. You are not replaced by the people you hire. You are multiplied by them. The business has a name that people recognize without needing to mention you. That takes longer than you think, 3 years, maybe 4. Revenue crosses $1 million. It doesn't feel the way you imagined. You're solving different problems, payroll, churn, a manager who can't manage, a product that's almost right but not quite. The problems get more expensive. The margin between success and collapse gets thinner, not wider. You meet other founders at this level. They all look tired. They are all growing. These are the same thing. You stop building a job. You start building an asset. Something someone else could theoretically buy. You start thinking about what the business looks like without you in it. A company offers to buy yours. The number is real. You say no, not because the offer is wrong, because you've just figured out what you're building, and selling it now would be selling the map before the journey. At $12 million in revenue, you stop competing with other businesses. You start acquiring them. A smaller competitor, a complementary product, a team that would take you 3 years to build from scratch. You buy it in an afternoon. This is the level nobody teaches in business school, not how to build, how to buy, how to take something that works and make it work inside something larger. You stop thinking about revenue. You start thinking about enterprise value. What the whole machine is worth the day you choose to sell it. You sell. Not because you have to, because the number changes what the rest of your life can be. And you're old enough now to know that time is the only thing money can't recreate. The wire hits on a Wednesday. You don't feel what you expected. You feel quiet. The team goes on without you. The product ships without you. The thing you built continues, and you are no longer required for it to continue. That is the goal. It turns out it's also the strangest feeling you've ever had. You take 8 months off. You try golf. You're bad at it. You start reading again, and not business books, actual books. You have a thought about a new problem in the market. You write it down. You leave it alone for 2 weeks to see if it's still there. It is. You don't start the next company. You fund someone else's. A 28-year-old with a deck and a problem you recognise. Because you had the same problem at the same age in a different industry. At this level, you don't sell time, you don't sell outcomes, you don't even sell companies. You deploy capital. You make a single phone call that changes the trajectory of someone else's entire life. Most of those calls don't work. Some of them become things that change industries. The billionaire is not smarter than the freelancer. The billionaire solved the same problem the freelancer is solving right now, how to make the business run without them, and then solved it again and again at larger and larger scale until the machine didn't need them at all. Somewhere right now, a 24-year-old just sent their first invoice, $1,200. They're checking their email to see if it's been opened yet. They think this is about money. They are already wrong. It was always about building something that runs without you. Everything else, the revenue, the exits, the wire on a Wednesday, is just what happens when you finally understand that. The machine doesn't stop. It just finds new people to run it.